Home Coach, sponsored by Snyder HVAC, Plumbing and Electric.
You need a game plan before you tackle those repairs around the home, so we're bringing in an expert, yes, a home coach, so to speak, from Snyder Heating and Air Conditioning. Tim Wood, welcome to First Coast Living. And you know the air conditioning is important, especially this time of year. It's heating up out there. And today we're focusing on something called a float switch. And what exactly is that?
So a float switch is a really simple device that's installed on your drain line that prevents any damage. So if it detects water in the line not draining out, it'll actually shut the AC system down, which will prevent costly repairs.
Okay, and where is it usually located and how does it actually work?
Normally, on any new home built now, it's required to have a safety float switch. You'll find it on the drain line that comes out of the front of your, usually where you change your filter out. Okay. And it'll be just right in the PVC drain line. And it's a really simple device. It just has a little rubber float that just almost kind of like in your toilet, you know, when the flapper valve and the ball rises up. So when it pulls up, it actually breaks the circuit and prevents the AC unit from continuing to run, which
we want that thing, we want it to run now that it's summertime. We don't want any problems. So the float switch is very important.
Yeah, and in the summertime you will be moving a lot more water through the drain lines because of the humidity in the air. So we'll be putting a lot more moisture, so there'll be a lot of water.
Got to pump that out. So speaking of that, how can viewers at home test their float switches to make sure they're working properly?
Actually, a really simple way to test it is just pull where the little wires go in. You just pull the cap out and just lift the float up, and give it a moment. It might be a little bit of a delay, but the unit will shut off. Okay. And then once you put it back in, don't forget to put it back in, because if not, you'll have water coming out. So put it back in, and then after a couple of moments, the unit will turn back on.
Okay, good points there. And we know the benefits of the float switch, keeping it running effectively. What if we have an older system at our home that may not include a float switch?
Good question. So you can easily, Snyder can come out and put one of these on. It's relatively inexpensive, very simple, and will save you a ton of money.
Okay.
As you know, costly the repairs on a wood floor or you know, in the attic, it could be you know, pretty devastating.
Okay, thank you so much. And is there any regular maintenance I should be performing on my float switch to make sure it's working properly? Right.
Yeah, a good habit to get in is, you know, when you go to replace your filter, add a cup or two of just distilled white vinegar, and then follow it up with, you know, a few cups of water, and then that kind of keeps some of that stuff from growing in the drain lines, just some of that algae that can you know, get loose, and it can cause a clog.
It can add up pretty good this time of year. Okay, thank you so much. So the float switch, keeping us afloat here in the summertime.
You know it.
And basically, we really want to thank you for being on our show, Tim.
Thanks so much.
We appreciate you. And make sure you check out more on this segment, and you can go to our website, and that is firstcoastliving.net.